Hello and welcome to Meanwhile back on the hobby farm. We're going to do a quick herb garden tour. Everything's grown quite a bit since I did my first video on this spring. We're going to come back over here, and this is one of the first things that came up this year from last year was my sage. My white sage came up from last year. First thing to sprout out, that and the chives. The chives right there, that is garlic chives right there. First two things that come up. As you can see, the leaves are a little wilted. Herbs do not need a lot of water. However, these are very shallow growing containers, and they do dry out quite a bit. I do have a couple of drain holes in the bottom. Over here, I'm not going to grow this again. This is my, at the tip of my tongue, chamomile. Did not come up very good from last year. This fall I'm going to dig it up and I'm going to put something else in there. I haven't decided yet. But as you can see, we got my spearmint over there. Planted that in May. That's going very well. Got some more. That's the garlic chive right there. Those are the regular chives. Over here is the mother's wort. And it's gone to seed, but that's okay. Some of these I'm not going to harvest. I'm just going to let them reseed, because I have more than enough from last year. I really don't sell it. People aren't interested. You can't sell them on this natural health thing. I don't know why, but hey, I'll be 66 in a few months and zero medicines. Everybody's on the mullein kick right now because of the fact of that chemically induced Canadian smoke from the wildfires. Best way to do it is take a couple of puffs in a pipe. Cleans your lungs right out. It's good for smokers too. It cleans their lungs right out, rejuvenates them. I did it a couple of times during the heat wave last week. We got some Hungarian wax peppers over there. Over here, we got some horehound, which is good for sore throats. Winter time, you gargle with that. You better put a lot of sugar. Excuse me, I didn't mean sugar. I meant honey, because that is very, very bitter, but very good. It'll take care of your sore throat within a matter of minutes. My yarrow, I'm letting it go to seed, as you can see. I have a lot from last year, so I'm not going to harvest everything this year. If I was selling it, I would be. We got a cat over there that's in my, what are you doing? Are you kayaking there, Thelma? Hi, DC. Cats are, oh, you know why? Because I just fed all the other animals and I forgot to feed them. They get dry food at night and dry in a can of wet food in the morning. Here are my Roma tomatoes over here. Had my first one yesterday. Delicious. Absolutely out of this world. We're going to come around over here. Didn't have time this year, but I'm going to kind of expand this seeding area over here and push it up. I don't know if I'm going to expand the flowers on the other side or not. I haven't decided. I think they call this a rubber plant. I'm not sure. I have to stake up the tomatoes. I got a lot of these bamboo shoot sticks. In the meantime, I'm just letting them crawl on the chairs, crawl on the fence. Those are the early girl tomatoes. I had one there the other day, but something ate it up. So I'm going to spray it. What do I spray it with? Not any harsh chemicals. I guess it's considered a chemical. 1 drop of Dawn dish soap to a gallon of water and spray it, and it'll stop. So you can see some of the leaves have been eaten. Over here is my apple mint. That apple mint was the last thing to take off this year. I don't know why. This container right here had about 6 of them in there, and they were probably about a ½ inch tall, and they really took well. Apple mint is awesome. Makes a great tea. My favorite mint, actually. And I'm not into the other stuff, the pineapple mint and the chocolate mint. I'm not into that junk, but I do like my apple mint. You see, I got my soaker hose there. Herbs do not need a lot of water, like I previously said. However, when it's dry and you don't get any rain, you have to do it. These grow bags that I grow all my vegetables in, you got to water them every day. The air goes in through the bags, they're porous, and they dry out very easily, but they grow well. My basil over there is going good. Cilantro, I grew it this year, and you know what? I'm not going to grow it again. I'm going to let it go to seed and then probably maybe sell some plants in the springtime, but I'm really not into it. My Wonder California Wonder Peppers are doing great. I had one this morning, not a whole one, but I chopped it up and threw it in with one of my duck eggs from my ducks with a little bit of provolone cheese. It was delicious. So those are doing good. I'm going to steak those up a little bit. My lavender, I didn't harvest. I am going to harvest those probably tomorrow. Some more motherworts over here. This pepper plant is a jalapeno pepper plant. It's 3 years old. I bring it in the winter. I let it go dormant down in the basement. Start watering it beginning of February. And look, I got quite a few. I'm going to start picking them. How you doing there, DC? And here's my tomato plant, my early girl. I'm letting it grow over here. And you can see my basil's being eaten by something, so I'm going to spray those tomorrow with a little bit of Dawn soap. I saw a weed. I thought I weeded everything earlier before I watered, but evidently I didn't. Love the smell of basil. Makes a great tea, by the way. As you can see, the tomatoes are doing good. Just enough for Mama Joanne and I. I don't sell any of this stuff. People want, I give away my herbs. The people that are health conscious, they want a little bit. I gave away quite a bit of mullein. Those two guys are playing. Hey, right there is the catnip in that horse trough. I'm going to cover it up because the cat's like laying in it, and I don't want them laying in my herbs. They have their own little area. I'll show you. They have their own little catnip garden that they like to roll in. Avocado plant, that's going very good. That took off very well. We're coming around the backside over here. Artificial flowers. Mama Joanne's spider plant. I almost killed it this year. Forgot to water it. That's a lilac bush. Nothing fancy. I'm really not into flowers. I figure if you're going to take the time to water and care for a plant, you may as well be able to eat it or take it for medicine or do what you got to do. That hanging plant died. But anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I don't think I'm going to expand it out because I like to park my truck over here on the hot sunny days. So I'm just going to bring that in about 2 or 3 feet. Hummingbird feeders are not, oh, that one's empty. I guess we're going to take that one down. And we're going to, well, I guess I'll do it after. I've only got 2 hands. That one's full, but I'm going to replenish that. There's another lilac bush over here. I'm not going to show you underneath the canopy. It's a mess. I've been busy. I've been extremely busy. How you doing there, Louise? I'm sorry, Thelma. Mix you up with your sister, huh? Right over here, 4 nights in a row, got 4 raccoons and a tomcat. I know I'm a rescue farm. Right there is mint. I love laying down over here on the hammock and the mint underneath of the peppermint. Yes, I am a rescue animal. However, when an animal starts attacking my animals, you gotta do something. And the raccoons are just overpopulated in the area. You can drive down any 1 mile stretch in this area and see at least a dozen of them dead on the side of the road. So what I have in there is I have marshmallow with a little bit of cracked corn in there, and they love it. This cage is going to be retired. As you can see, there's a couple of, let's just say 9mm holes in it. Bad aiming. Not good to use a cage like this. As you can see, they were chewing it. One was in here the other night. They chewed right through that. They bend it right up. No handle, dangerous. You put your hand in there to pick it up, and you will be getting some rabies shots. If they got rabies. That tomcat that has been attacking my neighbors up the street's cat, almost killed it. Really attacked my cat, DC, this springtime, really bad. Tried to go after my son's dog. It was just a wild cat. Well, I'm going to show you what this looks like. I wasn't poking and prodding the cat, but I put this handle in here just to see, how vicious it would be, and I put it in there like that. And this is what it looked like about 30 seconds later. That's another one that I put in there. Just bend it and chewed it. If that would have been my finger, I would have been gone. As you can see, you can't leave the raccoons in here very long. They will chew through this. As you can see, there's a couple of missing pieces on there because that's what they do. Over here is the cat garden. That's all catnip over there. Just grew wild by itself. I let it grow, and the cats love to roll in it and play in it and get high and what have you. My grapevines, look at that. Planted that, what, 4 years ago? Going very well. Took some shoots from my plants out back, and it's finally covered the top. I wanted to cover the whole top this year. It'll be close. My cherry tart tree. Last year, first year I planted it, it was half the size, one cherry. This year, double the size, one cherry. I got to look into some natural fertilizer. And back to the garden area over there, I don't know if you noticed it, but there was some pellets. Those are rabbit pellets, very good. Cold compost, you don't have to wait for it to break down. You can use it right in your plants. It's very good. Anyway, the grapevines did grow well. I mean, considering, I got one plant there and one there. And this one kind of wants to go towards the fence over there. But we still can see the sky. I would really like this whole thing covered up. And it's still May, but the growing is pretty well done on the leaves and the vines. The grapes are starting to come out. How you doing? Are you following? Are you trying to tell me you're hungry? You see the reflective collars I have on them? They're breakaway collars. If they get caught on something, it'll snap right off. And because if you put a regular collar on them and they're out in the woods and they're doing their hunting and they get caught on a branch, they will die. That's why if you ever see a cat skeleton out in the woods in the field, that's because they got caught. But these things, I replace them about maybe once a month. One of the cats will lose it. That's DC, our original cat. Been here for 8 years. And that's Thelma, been here for 3. Thelma was just a little baby, was at the farm where we used to board our horses, and we took, Thelma, and we took her sister Louise and her mama, Barn Kitty. Those two are hiding. And we have a 5th one here, a black one. One of my viewers on Facebook, we were looking for names. We named it Moocha. Been hanging around for 5 years. It's still, I can't pick it up. I can't go within 2 feet of it. It takes off. It's a feral cat, but I believe it's been fixed. It doesn't have the ears aren't clipped, but I believe so based on its interaction with my cats. I believe it's a male. Have never seen any females around here, but I can't even get it into a trap. It won't go into a live trap. Did have an infection on its ear, so I used a squirt bottle with some antibiotics in it. And when it was eating one day, I got up within 2 feet of it and squirted a few blasts in there. Did that a few times, and hey, that's for the horses. See what it says? It says fresh water for our 4-legged friends. Well, I guess you are 4 legs, so you can. How you doing, DC? Are you hungry? I know these cats, even if it wasn't feeding time, they love to follow me around. There's a horse I found on the side of the road a couple of years ago while we were camping. And I painted her up, and I have her up there. She's keeping guard on the area. How you doing, Bullwinkle? Just filled up the pond last night. I got to put some black dye in it. It's going to mold within 2 days if I don't get any black dye in there. How you doing there, handsome? Did I give you enough grain tonight, huh? Hi, Butch. Where's Millie? Where's my friend Millie? Did Millie go to bed early tonight in applesauce? They had some visitors. A couple of ladies were riding their horses about 4 miles up the road. They came by and visited our animals. Hey, how you doing, DC? Well, let's head back over to the garden area here. Plenty of water, 195 gallons of water, fresh water I supply every day. I should say fresh. That pond over there for the ducks, I replace that every 2 months. It doesn't go moldy because I use the black dye. I also have a horse trough underneath there, underneath that cover. The horses really don't like it. They like drinking out of this bucket and those 5-gallon buckets. I fill those things up twice, sometimes 3 times a day. I don't know why they prefer that versus the horse trough that's in the shade, but it is what it is. And we have our sanctuary area out back. I'm not going to go out there right now. We've got I think we got about 60 gallons back there for our special need birds. Just realized last night that I have 2 blind ducks. I had one that came here, Francois, completely blind, and Seal, who's 12 going on 13, I'm realizing is also going blind. So that's why they live in the back with a blind chicken and a couple of turkeys that were being manhandled by our Tom out here. So, and a couple other birds that just decided when I made the central area that they want nothing to do with the main population of our birds up here, the other 50 birds. So they decided, so there's 3, there's 8, 9, 10, I think there's 13 birds out back that have their own little private area to run around with. They're free roaming. And they're living the life. How you doing, handsome? Are you a handsome boy? Are you trying to tell me you're hungry? These two are buddies. DC never liked anybody when DC arrived. Check this out. Somebody gave me this. A friend of ours gave me this. I absolutely love it. This is old. It's an old, looks like something made a nest in there. So our president last week asked us to lower the flags at half-mast for our senator who died and to raise them up again Saturday. But I left them down because we lost 4 soldiers overseas in the Middle East this week. And I don't listen to government. I'm not anti-government, don't get me wrong. But the government, I dictate what I'm going to do. I'm an American. I can do what I want. And I decided in their honor, until they're properly buried, the flag will stay, probably until this weekend, will stay at half. Hey guys, they become friends. They love to play. And DC was not a player when he came here. He was afraid. What you doing? What you doing? You're shaking your... Why are you shaking like that? Is he pooping? Peeing? I don't know what he was doing. I think he was peeing. Well, guys, we're going to go right back over here, and I'm going to go feed you guys. And take in those hummingbird feeders and replenish them. Everybody know what this is? That is licorice root. Good for acid reflux. Make a tea out of it, drink it. It soothes you right down. I got another, I don't know why, I had an empty bag, an empty growing bag, so I put another apple mint plant in there. Check this out. This is 3 years old, 4 years old. My feverfew. I am going to harvest those this weekend. Great for preventing headaches. You don't have a headache and you take it, it goes away. You drink a tea or take a caplet, and it takes about 6 weeks to get into your system, and it actually prevents your headaches. My high softs. Oh, I love the smell of this. Almost as sweet as lavender, but not quite. Here's my garlic chives. I'm going to harvest some of that. Not too much of it. You can never have too much mint, though. I'm definitely going to be harvesting the mint. Those mints are going to come. I'll leave the mints out here, but the chives will come in this winter. They'll be in the basement. I'll let them go dormant. And it looks like we have a pepper here. So it looks like for tomorrow morning's egg sandwich, duck egg sandwich, I'm going to chop that baby up. And that's a hot one. I'm only going to use half of it. Hungarian wax pepper, and I'm going to put that in. I'm going to dry some of these in the dehydrator and crack them all up. I see another one over there. But that's it, folks. Hey, just a quick garden tour update. And this is all in the front of our house. The road's right there. We don't have much traffic, obvious. And watch this. We got somebody in there. What are you doing in there? What are you doing in there? You guys sure do like that kayak. Take care, folks. Hit the like button if you like this video. If you didn't like it, Hey, make an old man feel good and still hit the like button, okay? Subscribe. I'd like to get 1,000. That's my goal, is to get 1,000 viewers before I go to room temperature. And I'm not getting any younger, folks. I got what? I think I got a little under 600. Thanks. Take care. Bye.